Greetings friends, welcome back. In my last video I shared with you what I believe to be is your most valuable asset, which I defined as simply your attention and therefore the flow and direction of your life force. So before I go on to actually share what I promised I would in that video, which is where I believe to be the most valuable placement of your most valuable asset, your attention and life force, I want to point out something about the way that most people are living their lives. And you'll probably relate to this. Assuming you're on a night shift, you probably wake up in the morning, have something to eat for breakfast, and begin to get ready for your day, whether that be looking after your children or preparing for work or for study perhaps. Whatever it is that you do, that's going to be how it starts. But the point being that as soon as you wake up, there is some external task that is required of you. Now, the way in which we actually complete that external task that is required of us is that our life force current is focused outwardly through our nervous system into the muscular system to create movement. That's how the body actually moves. Energy is translated into electricity within the nervous system, which translates into chemical, physical action called movement, right? What also happens is the energy is used within the brain to generate movement in your neurocircuitry, to think, to feel, etc. So in other words, you're getting your mind-body system operating so that you can do things. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this is because it takes your life energy to do that. It's like you have your foot on the pedal, on the accelerator of your body-mind car, right? And so one thing that occurs when we have our foot on the accelerator is that it spins the gas in the vehicle, right? So most people will be able to relate to the fact that therefore you'll get a lot done during the day, and we arrive at the end of the day in a very tired or exhausted state and have to fall into the bed. You feel as if you're at your most tired position at the end of the day. This is what is commonly understood to be normal, right? So what I wanted to share with you is that it's possible to actually redirect that life force rather than putting it outwardly through the nervous system and muscular system to generate mind-body action. It's possible to redirect it back inside of yourself, which is a little bit like, well, for a start, you've taken your foot off the accelerator, but also it's like sending your life force into your energetic savings account. So in doing so, you can begin to cultivate your life force. And a very effective way to do this is by also simply focusing on your breathing. You'll note that your lungs are inside of your body, so that when you simply focus on your breathing, you are getting two benefits. You are having something to focus on which is inside of you, which means your attention remains inside of you, which means your life force remains inside of you. But you are also actually cultivating energy on a gaseous level too, because breathing is the way in which we draw oxygen into our system, right? So you're cultivating your life force and you're cultivating oxygen, which actually stimulates and organizes more life force within you. So the benefit to that is that if you do this skillfully over the day, you'll be able to find that you can arrive at the end of the day with more energy than you started at the beginning of the day. Now that might seem incomprehensible to you initially, but it's actually quite possible. And so the benefit in that is that you will awaken the next day far more energized, far more ready to engage the day with more enthusiasm, drive, motivation, and focus. And so you'll be able to accumulate a more effective direction in which you can take your life, because you'll begin to perform much better. So that's one benefit, is that your mind will begin to function much better. The other benefit is that when your body has more life force within it, it actually functions better. And on a basic level of rationale, you'll be able to relate to the fact that when you have lots of energy, you're in a good mood and you're able to focus very well, right? When you have low energy, sometimes you're not in such a good mood, but also your focus comes right down and you just need to sort of veg out in front of the television or YouTube or Facebook or whatever it is to really do some sort of passive thing that doesn't require a lot of your energy. So when you cultivate your energy, you'll find that you can actually continue to do much more without becoming exhausted, and this of course will result in a much greater success because your performance is simply picked up. Not only the amount of things you can do, but the quality of that which you are doing will also be raised. So as I kind of already indicated, a very effective way to do this is by simply keeping your attention inside of yourself, focusing on your breathing. And you may have picked up that this is more commonly associated with something that people call meditation, right? So this is the most valuable thing that you can do with your most valuable asset, is to simply meditate. And you'll find that this is the access key that enables your mind-body system to begin to function more effectively so that you can steer your life in a more effective and favorable direction. So that's all I wanted to share with you, my friends, today. Meditation is the access key that you can add to your life, which will be of most benefit to you. And further to that, if you really want your mind-body system to function at its highest possible state, you'll need to also consider the way in which you're using your mind, which determines not only your choices and the outcomes relating to that in the world, but also what's actually happening inside your brain in terms of your neuroelectric state, which then impacts the body physiology. Your hormones, for example, will be impacted by the way you think and feel. The other thing that will be important to manage, of course, is your diet, the solid and fluid energy sources that you're bringing into your mind body. So when you begin to focus more effectively at managing all of the levels of energy within you, this is called the art of energy cultivation. And it is the way to regenerate your body, it is the way to highest health, it is the way to highest performance, and certainly as a result of those things, feeling and achieving much more in your life so that you can absolutely feel and look at your best also. So I hope that's been valuable to you. I hope you take it on, and I hope you get started with this straight away. If you're further interested, then we'll be sharing a lot more about how you can effectively do this through our website, through our YouTube channel and Facebook. So make sure you like or subscribe, and we'll continue to get this information out to you.